Alright, what's up guys, Milk here today, and I'll be giving you guys my 2016 NBA mock draft for this year. This is kind of a loaded draft class when you think about it. You got elite players like Buddy Hield, Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram, Dragon Bender, Jaylen Brown, Sabonis. You got a lot of players. I think a lot of people are going to see in the upcoming years become stars, just incredible stars. They're either going to be bust or stars. That's the best thing I can really say, even though that's the most obvious thing I ever said. But here's the draft order. Sixers will get the first, Lakers are right after them, then the Celtics, with the Suns, T-Wolves, Pelicans, and Nuggets, Kings, Raptors, and Bucks all following them right after. I'm only going to be doing the top 10 picks, and I'll let you guys decide if I'm right, wrong. I'm going to look at this video when the draft happens, say, wow, I was really wrong, or wow, I'm really close, or wow, I'm a genius. But probably it's more going to be, wow, I'm a dumbass. But let's get on into it. We're going to start with the Celtics. The Celtics, what they're needing is everything besides a big man. So for the first pick, we're going to go with Ben Simmons. It's kind of like a coin flip when you think about it. It's either Ben Simmons or Brandon Ingram. Obviously, they're going to go for Ben Simmons. But Ben Simmons is like a Giannis Antetokounmpo on steroids. And Brandon Ingram's like a potential Kevin Durant, skinny and a good perimeter shooter. Ben Simmons, he's lacking a perimeter shot, but he has great passing ability with a great defensive. He has great defensive perimeter defense. That's what the word I'll look for. So we're gonna go with Ben Simmons for the first pick with the Sixers, and that leads us to the Lakers. Now this leads us to the Lakers, and really this draft is kind of like how the NFL draft was, where there's two quarterbacks, and whoever got the first quarterback was basically gonna get the other one right behind him. It was basically like, you know, one or two, and that's basically what these guys are like, because these are two up-and-coming incredible stars that you're hoping for. So Lakers are definitely going with Brandon Ingram, and there's actually a post by Brandon Ingram saying he does like California, so we're assuming that the workouts did go well. So Brandon Ingram, we're hoping will go to the Lakers. Alright, now we're on to the Celtics, and the Celtics, there's actually a rumor that they may trade this pick to the 76ers for Jalil. I think that's given up way too much. So I think Jalil is a great threat in the inside scoring. But I think this player that they'd select, they'd fit on both teams, because really these guys need to score. Because as a shooting guard for Boston, they have Avery Bradley, and he's a great defensive player and has some good shooting attributes. But then you got the Sixers, who definitely need a shooter. And the player, if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, is Buddy Hield. Right, I can't find him. Okay, right there, Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield is who we're looking for, and he did great in Oklahoma. I think he was the season leader for all of NCAA. I don't know if it was Division 1 or the whole division, but we're gonna go with Buddy Hield right here. I think he'd fit for both teams, either Sixers or Celtics. Alright, now we're on to the Suns, and really, when I look at the Suns, I believe they should actually trade their pick, because I think they have everything they want. A lot of people are saying, oh, they should get Jaylen Brown. I think that's not a great pickup, because they have TJ Warren. He's like a Ben McLemore when I think about it. And hear me out, what I mean by that is, I think this is going to be his make or break year, you know what I mean? Where they're going to give him that starting position. They're going to be like, hey, if you can't handle it, you're probably going to be benched, or you're probably going to be gone, you know what I mean? So, and also they're loaded with point guards with Brandon Knight and Bledsoe. Shooting guards, they have Devin Booker, and then center, they have Alex Len. So really that only leaves us up with Dragon Bender, actually, if I can find him, which is he's right there. I'm really iffy about Dragon Bender. I don't really know too much about him, and I'm hoping he doesn't turn to like a Darko Milicic. Hopefully he's like a Kristaps Porzingis type guy. But I could see the Suns trading this pick, because I just don't see what they could do with it, really. I don't think he's the right fit for this team, you know what I mean? I think they should pick up someone who's already proved to themselves that they're NBA ready. But this could be a good pickup, you never know. Alright, now we're on to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the Timberwolves are looking for a point guard, because Ricky Rubio is getting older, and they are looking for a scorer. Now, there's two people in mind, but there's one that's a little more better fit for the team. Now, I'm just going to go with the one first that isn't really expected. Chris Dunn, a great perimeter defender, but he's not much of a scorer, but he could definitely work on it. I actually do believe he's better than the other player that they're probably going to select, in my opinion. The only reason I say that is because I think that there's just more potential in him. I think if he works on his jump shot, he could turn into a good NBA star, and I have a lot of hopes for Chris Dunn. But there's Jamal Murray, and he is definitely a scorer. Defending, he's iffy, but he's definitely a great scorer. And there's no doubt in my mind, I believe the T-Wolves will take him if he's on the board. But I could see them taking Chris Dunn as well. But I'm more leaning towards Jamal Murray, because they're looking for a scorer rather than having a passer like Ricky Rubio is in Chris Dunn. Now, I believe this is another 1-2 punch type thing like the Sixers and Lakers. As you can see, we're on to the Pelicans now. And really, I think they're looking for a point guard as well, because I have Drew Holiday, Tyreek, maybe Ryan Anderson. So I could see this. I could see them. I'm more leaning towards Chris Dunn because I feel they're looking for a point guard. But I could easily see them getting like a big man if it's on the board. Or I could see them putting Anthony Davis at the center. And then they could get a new rookie like Sabonis, or I believe that's it, more of Sabonis, and that's it. And I could see them doing that and getting a good big man threat. But I believe they'll probably take on Chris Dunn. That's what I'm saying. It's more of a 1-2 type thing, like a small forward, Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram. I feel it'll be like Jamal Murray and Chris Dunn. I think whoever doesn't take the other is going to take that one. So we'll be selecting Chris Dunn right here. Alright, now we're on to the Nuggets, and when I look at this Nuggets team, they're a good potential team, but the people that they think is enough, they also think Jaylen Brown could go to the Nuggets as well, because as you guys know, the other two teams, it was basically Suns and Nuggets, and I just don't see him going to the Nuggets because they have Gallinari and they also have Wilson Chandler. So I just don't see that. And for a point guard, obviously there's no good point guards that they'd be drafted too high. And also they have a Moutier for a good potential. They have Will Barton as shooting guard. We already went through the small forwards. Power forward, that one's a little. They have Kenneth Faried. That's what I was thinking. They have Kenneth Faried. And then centers, they have two young centers in Nurkic and I believe that, and Joseph. And I believe really the center position, they're okay. I mean, Jacob Polta wouldn't be bad, but they're pretty good in that position. So what I'm going to go right here is I'm going to go with Sabonis, because I believe they could use a power forward for a backup. And maybe they'll give away Kenneth Faried, because they could use a good post-up shooter. Because Kenneth Faried is obviously only an inside scorer, basically just dunking and laying it up, that's it. But he's a great defender, don't get me wrong. But maybe Sabonis could take over Kenneth Faried's starting position and possibly move that Nuggets team to the next level. So I believe they would go with Sabonis right here rather than Jaylen Brown. Now we are on to the Sacramento Kings, and when I look at the Kings, I look at a terrible GM, but that's besides the point, alright? Maybe we'll do off seasons later on, but when I look at the Kings, I'm looking for a shooting guard, because this was supposed to be Ben McLemore's breakout year, but it did not happen that way, and he just kind of turned into a bust, sadly, so that's kind of over. Now, if they were to go for a shooting guard, I could see someone like, where is he? I believe it is Malachi Richardson, Deontay Murray, and that's about it, really. I could see those two going there, but I don't really see him even taking a shooting guard. I think I'm seeing more of a power forward type person with Scal, but this one's really interesting because you're more like leaning towards power forward and center, really. But this is gonna kind of screw you guys up a little bit. Marquise Chris. He's an up-and-coming guy who is actually from the Sacramento region, to be Pacific Elk Grove, and he's from the area. And Sacramento really liked his workouts, and I just see him being the hometown kid, you know what I mean? I feel Sacramento will bring that little reunion back, and they'll sign him, and they're looking for a power forward, and because I don't know, what I would see is them having Willie Cauley-Stein and DeMarcus Cousins in the 4 and the 5, but for some reason Sacramento's coaching does not like that, so I could see him go with Marquise Chris. You know, he's pretty good offensively, he's alright offensively, defensively he's okay as well, so I see him taking Marquise Chris. Alright, now we're on to the Toronto Raptors, and when I look at this Raptors team, I don't see anything wrong with this team. Now, obviously, there is a scary moment this offseason that DeMar DeRozan did not actually accept his team or his player option contract, so he's going to be an unrestricted free agent this year. But there's no shooting guards other than maybe Deontay and Malachi Richardson. I could see those two, but that's about it. But I don't really see them as signing him. I would see them just keeping Norman Powell and then getting someone in the offseason like J.R. Smith or Courtney Lee or something like that. But that does leave us with a small forward and possibly center for a backup. Bismack Biyombo's probably going to leave. I see Biyombo leaving because he had a breakout playoff season, and I just see Biyombo just really turning into a great center, like a Hassan Whiteside in my opinion, but a little bit better actually when I think about it. But I could see them going with Jacob Polto, or I could see them going with Jaylen Brown. But I think just because of the name, I see them taking Jaylen Brown for a good backup for DeMar Carroll. So we're going to go with Jaylen Brown right here. And last but not least, we have the Milwaukee Bucks. I was really surprised about this team. Honestly, I thought they were going to make playoffs with the addition of Greg Monroe. But Greg Monroe kind of proved that he wasn't worth that $15 million contract. But, well, here's what I had in mind. I believe what they should do is they should get Michael Carter-Williams as the point guard. Or, I mean, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm so sorry for that, excuse me. I believe they should have Giannis Antetokounmpo as point guard. Chris Middleton as shooting guard, put Jabari at small forward, and then put Greg Monroe back to power forward rather than center where he belongs. And then take a guy like Jacob Poeltl. I believe that's the right pick for them. They need a powerful center, like I was saying. He's pretty good defensively. Offensively, he could be worked on, but really, I think that team is very good offensively. But defensively, they were just terrible, really. And they need to get some good depth on their bench. But I see them taking like Jacob Poeltl. And let me just show you guys the whole lineup now, the draft summary basically. We have Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram, both going to the Sixers and Lakers. And with Buddy Hield going to the Celtics / 76ers, depending if they get traded. Dragon Bender going to the Suns, but I can see that trade getting. I can see the Suns trading that pick, to be honest, because there's no use. Jamal Murray going to the Timberwolves for some shooting abilities. Pelicans selecting Chris Dunn for a good defensive point guard with good passing attributes. With the Nuggets selecting Sabonis, a good power forward, possibly going to be taking over Kenneth Faried's position. The Kings getting a power forward, the hometown kid, hopefully. They'll be selecting him back to Sacramento. And then Jaylen Brown going to the Raptors for a backup for DeMar Carroll. And hopefully he can do them well defensively. And then last but not least, Jacob Poeltl going to the Bucks. Hopefully getting a defensive mindset for all those players there and getting a lot tougher on the interior. But guys, that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my mock draft. Let me know in the comment section if you guys like these type of videos. Let me know what your guys' mock draft is or anything like that. But this is Milk, and I will see you later. Please, peace. Enjoy the music, guys.
Socks on concrete, Jolly Rancher kids. I was talking back and now I gotta stay at grandma crib. Bunch of tank top, nappy headed bike stealing. Shot 'em boys. None of my niggas ain't had no dad. None of my niggas ain't had no choice.